Between Patti Smith's rabble-rousing poetry and Lenny Kaye's articulate guitar lines lies a clarion call to social action. Piss Factory informed a generation of kids about democratized corporate slavery. Patti's unshaved armpits on the cover of Easter did the rest. Long live the punk poetess who changed the world. The Sex Pistols performed their anthemic songs so savagely that it concealed the polished nature of their musical efforts. The Sex Pistols sound is every bit as fresh and confrontational today as it was in 1976. Anarchy has indeed come to the UK and everywhere else via corporations and armies that do their bidding. No other band has left such an indelible mark on rock and roll with just a single album. The Ramones were the cartoon sports team of punk. Their love of 60s-era R&B girl groups laid the groundwork for a tougher, if similarly poppy brand of teenage bubblegum music to which Joey's voice was incredibly well suited. Take it, Dee Dee. Debbie Harry was punk's Marilyn Monroe. There was nothing Debbie couldn't do with her flawless voice and irreverent sex appeal. Crossing musical styles came with the territory. Heart of Glass is unironically the best disco song ever recorded, just as Dreaming is one of the most hopelessly romantic. There would be no Madonna or Lady Gaga without Debbie Harry, the punk goddess with great cheekbones. Johnny Thunders was a rock and roll guitar machine. After breaking up the Rolling Stones shaming New York Dolls due to his heroin habit, Thunders carved out a gypsy lifestyle that gave the Heartbreakers shows a carnival sense of danger that paid off with confrontational delight and more style than Springsteen and Jagger combined. Above all, Johnny Thunders was a master songwriter with cabaret-inspired musical sensibilities and a guitar sound that creamed like a motherfucker. The Clash were the leftist, revolutionary political soul of the punk movement. Their confrontational attitude filled in the subtext of their catchy messages about corrupt governments, crime, war, and emotional distress. Joe Strummer practiced what he preached, and we're all the better for it. We salute you, brother. Stiv Bators transmogrified James Dean's character in Rebel Without a Cause with Iggy Pop's defiant presentation to create the ultimate punk nerd persona. The gnarly theatricality of Stiv's anti-romantic stance came across in adamant terms. Stiv never lost his winking sense of humor after forming the Lords of the New Church. Death appropriately came to Stiv in the catacombs of Paris. Lux Interior and his guitar-playing wife, Poison Ivy, were the king and queen of punk. Although frequently omitted from CBGB history books, the Cramps were an integral part of New York's Lower East Side punk scene in 1976. The Cramps drew on a specific brand of dirty rockabilly and blues music of the late 50s to create a rock and roll band that dripped with swamp water and every bodily fluid. Songs like Can Your Pussy Do the Dog leave a permanent stain. I'm the ninth-head hunter looking for some head. Renowned for recording the first British punk single, The Damned lived up to their incendiary name with a stage act packed with overzealous theatrics from their vampire-inspired singer Dave Vanian, their overqualified guitarist Captain Sensible, and their hell-bent drummer Rat Scabies. The Damned's first 5 albums represent a perfect punk bible of irreverent musical and lyrical ideas. Iggy and the Stooges laid the seeds for punk rock. Drawing from the primal attack of blues performers such as Howlin' Wolf, the Stooges embraced bona fide danger on stage and in their music. Iggy still interacts with his audience in physical Dionysian ways that explode the communal possibilities of how music can transform society through subversive means. Iggy didn't just search for new values, he found them and put them right in our face.
I got a magic touch. Raw power is a much too much. Happiness is a guaranteed. It was made for you and me.
Unlike Elvis Costello or Iggy Pop, who each distanced themselves from the punk movement that sustained their careers, Lou Reed embraced punk wholeheartedly. The perpetually taciturn songwriter led the Velvet Underground with brooding, transgressive composure in the face of the Vietnam War and the Beatles, before striking out on his own to create volumes of urban musical reportage that turned fiercely individual experiences into infectious pop songs. Reed's deceptive baritone register and laconic vocal delivery matches Frank Sinatra's similar style of non-singing. You'll have to fight back a tear listening to The Day John Kennedy Died, but you'll find precarious peace with A Perfect Day. Lou Reed proved that what becomes a legend most was living up to his punk rock roots. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Thanks for watching. This is Cole Smithey.
Jackson's corset and chains in a vest, baby. Me, I'm in a rock and roll band.
You set my natural emotions. You make me